Today we're doing page 71 and 72, remainders as fractions. 71 and 72. And let's go ahead and look at 1a. In 1a, the directions tell us to write the remainder as a fraction. And we will see for the first time how to do that in class today. We're doing a normal division problem with our steps of dad, mom, sister, brother, and Rover. The first thing we need to do is figure out our dividing. And does 4 go into 3? No. So we can put an X there. Does 4 go into 37? Yes. 4 goes into 37 9 times. We've just completed our dad step. And then we want to do our mom step of multiply. 4 times 9 is 36. Finish that. Sister step of subtract. 37 minus 36, and we're left with 1. Brother step, nothing to bring down. Skip the poor brother. And then our last is Rover, repeat or remainder. Now remember in the instructions it told us we need to write our remainder as a fraction. Here's how we will do that. We're going to take our 1 from down here that would normally be just our remainder, like our R1, R period 1. But today we're going to put the 1 as the numerator. Remember, the numerator is the top number in a fraction. And then whatever we have over here, our 4, comes over, and that is our denominator. And the answer we get is 9 1/4. Let's look at 1b. 13 divided by 3. 3 does not go into 1, so we need to put an X over our 1. 3 does go into 13. 3 times 4 is 12. We now subtract, and we're left with 1. So this 1 is going to be our numerator, and then this 3 needs to be our denominator. And our answer is 4 1/3. C, we have 17 divided by 4. 4 does not go into 1. 4 does go into 17. We know that 4 times 4 is 16. Go ahead and put that down. We subtract now, and we're left with 1. 3 times in a row. 1 is going to be our leftover amount. That 1 goes in the top as our numerator. Then whatever's over here, which is a 4, goes on the bottom as our denominator. And our answer is 4 1/4. D, 31 divided by 6. Does 6 go into 3? No. 3 is too small, so we put our X there. Does 6 go into 31? Yes. 6 times 5 is 30. We now subtract, and we're left with 1. That 1 goes where? Where will we put that 1? Hopefully you said the numerator in our fraction, or the top of the fraction. The 1 will go on top, and the 6 will go on bottom, and our answer is 5 1/6. 1e, 11 divided by 2. 2 does not go into 1. 2 does go into 11 5 times. 2 times 5 is 10. We now subtract. And for the 5th time in a row, we have 1. This 1 becomes our numerator, our top number of the fraction, and the 2 becomes our denominator. 5½ is our answer. Oh, are we going to get 1 again? Let's find out. Is 1 going to be our denominator? Is 1 going to be our remainder, our numerator again? 25 divided by 6. 6 does not go into 2. 6 does go into 25 4 times. 6 times 4 is 24. I subtract, and guess what? Again, would you believe it? Again, we get 1. That 1 will go on top. It will be our numerator in our answer. And the 6 over here will go on the bottom. It is our denominator of the answer. Encircle your answer. 4 and 1/6. 1G, 48 divided by 7. 7 does not go into 4, so we put our X there. 7 does go into 48 6 times. 7 times 6 is 42. Subtract, and you're left with 6. Hey guys, get excited. For the first time on today's lesson, our numerator is not 1, but it's the 6 will be on top, and the 7 will be on bottom. Our answer is 6 and 6/7. Woo! Finally, something other than 1 on the top. Wonderful. I bet you are as excited as I am about that. And let's do this last one in number 1. 1H is 16 divided by 5. I'm going to go real fast on this one. 5 does not go into 1. 5 goes into 16 3 times. 5 times 3 is 15. Subtract, we have 1. So it's 3 and 1/5. Yesterday we were doing the 2-digit divisors. Or our last math lesson, we were doing the 2-digit divisors. And I'm going to go ahead and do, let's do 2 of them together here. I'm looking at 2A now. 2A is 84 divided by 20. Now we know 20 does not go into 8, but it does go into 84. So we got to figure out what number is going to go above the 4. If you remember last lesson, what we did was we covered up our last numbers. So we're covering up the 0 and the 20. Put your finger on the 0 and the 20. And then you're covering up the 4 and the 84. So put your other finger on the 4 and the 84. So that all you see now is the 2 and the 8. And we're estimating here in our dad step for dividing. And we're saying, how many times does 2 go into 8? It goes in 4 times. And now you do your mom step of multiplying. You don't do 4 times 2 though. You remove your fingers. And now you're doing 4 times 20. 4 times 20 will give you 80. You subtract, you're left with 4. And in our directions, it does not say write each remainder as a fraction for number 2. So we're going to just write R4. So our answer is 4 remainder 4. The directions do say divide and check. So we need to check it. In order to check it, we take our 20 and we times it by what we got in our answer of 4. 20 times 4 is 80, but we also need to add our remainder plus our remainder of 4, and we get 84. If this number here is the same as the number up here, then it checks. And it is. 84 is in both places, so it does check. Let's do one more. 2b, 96 divided by 30. We know that 30 does not go into 9, but 30 does go into 96. Cover up your 0 in the 30. Cover up your 6 in the 96, so that all you can see is your 3 and your 9. And ask yourself, how many times does 3 go into 9? 3 times 3 is 9. And so remember, when we do this estimating, it might be right, it might be wrong, but it will be close. Now we're going to times mom step 30 times 3. We get 90. Sister step, subtract. We get 6. And we're at the end now. We need to go ahead and write 3 remainder 6. Circle your answer to check it. 30 times our answer of 3, 90, plus the remainder. We get 96. Do they match up? Do they match up? Do they match up? Yes, we see 96 in both. So 96 isn't our answer, but 96 just shows us yes, it checks. We are all good. 3, remainder 6.